Sri Ardent please.
So, under Rule 50 of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business, I would like to raise this matter of urgent public importance for short duration to discuss about the great injustice carried out by the Education Department in connection with the appointment of Srimati A. Ali as Secretary of MSCTE.
Yeah, you can initiate your discussion.
Sir, I would like to give a brief explanation on the history and background of the case. So, the Meghalaya State Council of Technical Education was established way back in 1993 with the intention to focus on the technical education in the state. So, it is learned that till today, the MSCTE has not been able to have a full-fledged secretary, and the government was appointing persons on dual charge from the rank of HOD, Joint Director, and Director. Therefore, the decision of the government to create a full-fledged post of secretary is a welcome move in the right direction that needs appreciation. The number of secretaries on dual charge till date are 6, namely Dr. R.N. Hazarika, Additional Director, Shri H.W. Tham, HOD Electrical, Shri R. Dhar, Joint Director and Additional Director, Shri P. Karmakar, Joint Director, Additional Director, Shri O. Rapmi, Joint Director, Additional Director, Shri A. Ali, Joint Director and Additional Director. Sir, it is learned that as per the practice and convention for the last 24 to 25 years, the post of HOD is made to be equivalent of the Deputy Director and that of the Principal to the post of the Joint Secretary. And for the benefit of this August House, sir, I would like to share this information that there were 3 HODs who decided to forego their promotion as principal in the year 2012 for not willing to take up challenging tasks. And these are Shri S. Bhattacharjee, HOD Electrical, Shri S. Sinha, HOD Mechanical, and Shri Mati A. Ali, HOD Civil Engineering. Subsequently, the government had to appoint Shri W.L. Wajri, who is the HOD Electronics, but junior to them in terms of seniority. Interestingly, sir, both S. Bhattacharjee retired and Srimati A. Ali served as HODs in Shillong Polytechnic under the principalship of Mr. W.L. Wajri before they were transferred to the Directorate as Deputy Director respectively. So in 2018, the state government decided to appoint Shri A. Kongpai, Shri M. Kindia, and Shri S.P. Basaimat as principals of William Nagar Polytechnic, Tura Polytechnic, and Joy Polytechnic respectively. However, in 2019, the government promoted Srimati A. Ali to the post of Joint Director, and this action on the part of the government deprived Mr. W.L. Wajri from the post of Joint Director in DHTE, and this has created a wrong precedence in which a principal who have a field institutional administration was prevented from getting the post as at the Directorate. So, moreover, the same person who was promoted to the post of Joint Director in 2019 was again promoted to the post of Additional Director, thereby superseded 3 principals, namely Shri A. Kongpai, Shri M. Kindia, and Shri S.P. Basaimat, which is a clear indication of favoritism on the part of the higher authority to a person who had once foregone her promotion to the challenging post of the principal of Shillong Polytechnic. So again, the name of the said person appeared when the government announced its decision to appoint her as the full-fledged secretary of the MSCTE after her retirement. So the question now is, how this person can surreptitiously manage to reach to the level of the additional director despite her failure, so to show an amount of responsibility to serve the department in any given situation. And now she has prepared a post for herself after retirement. So is it justified for a person who had foregone promotion to avoid responsibility to be rewarded with such a post? Is this not a discrimination against our own people? So, sir, I fail to understand why different governments in Meghalaya chooses to create this kind of environment among the officials, where some are given favor and others are not. Sir, have we ever thought what kind of situation we are putting those who are deprived by this stepmotherly treatment of the government to its own people? So, when we talk about justice, I would like to quote Frederick Douglass. I quote, "Where justice is denied, where poverty is enforced, where ignorance prevails, and where any one class is made to feel that society is an organized conspiracy to oppress, rob, and degrade them, neither persons nor property will be safe," unquote. So, do you know what people outside this August House are saying? I feel that I should bring this to the notice of this August House. I must tell here that people are saying that Britishers had ruled over us, and we are forcefully made to accede to the dominion of India. And now, after we had attained our statehood, we had the expectation that Lingdos, Sangmas, Marbanians, Kharkungors, and others would govern us. However, unfortunately, we are now landed up being ruled by Kumars. So there is a saying that there will be no smoke without fire. Therefore, if the government, it is for the government, sir, I feel, to take serious note of this perception, which may be right or wrong. The government should be reminded that it is being judged by conscious citizens for every action. Therefore, sir, I strongly feel that the government should find time to rectify its mistake. So this is my submission, sir, as far as this issue is concerned. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Any other member who would like to participate? There is no one to participate. May I request the Honorable Minister in charge to make a reply.
Deputy Speaker, sir. So I would like to express my gratitude to the Honorable Member, Sri Ardent Miller Baustamed, for the motion on the short duration discussion on the Rule 50 of the Rules and Procedure and Conduct of Business on the appointment of Srimati A. Ali as the Secretary of the Meghalaya State Council of Technical Education, which is against all norms and procedure and also ethically wrong. Sir, Deputy Speaker, sir, that I would like to apprise this August House that the appointment of Srimati A. Ali as the Secretary of the Meghalaya State Council of Technical Education is not against any norms and procedure and neither ethically wrong. Sir, Deputy Speaker, sir, I would like to inform the August House that the Meghalaya State Council of Technical Education, MSCTE, a statutory body, came into existence on 31st May 1993 by Meghalaya Act of 1993, and at the time of Shillong Polytechnic existed and was affiliated to MSCTE, offering 3 years diploma courses of 3 branches. Subsequently, 2 new polytechnics were established at Tura and Zawai in 2001, which come under MSCTE. The Council is great catering to the niche of 11 branches of diploma engineering courses for the 3 polytechnics. So, the responsibility of the Council are to recognize grant affiliation to polytechnic in the state, to prescribe the syllabus and course of study, to hold timely and in-semester or an event examination twice a year of the 3 polytechnic, timely publication of examination result to keep in phase with the schedule of academic calendar, declare the result of outgoing batch in time so that aspiring students can opt for higher studies. To incorporate revision of curriculum every 5 years in consultation with NITTR Kolkata, Academic Consultant of Technical Education of Eastern Zone, to guide the polytechnics in the annual approval process of course from AICTE or COA. Sir, Deputy Speaker, sir, the 4th polytechnic is being made functional at Williamnagar, and also the state has undertaken construction of 3 new polytechnics in unserved district, Nongsten, Riboy, and Gaswapara, South Korea Hills. On completion, this polytechnic will be affiliated to MSCTE, thereby further increasing the load of MSTE. Sir, Deputy Speaker, the force of Secretary MSCTE from 1993 till that has been managed by an ex-officio secretary as per section 5(4) of the Meghalaya State Council for Technical Education Act 1993, which state that where a secretary is not appointed, the director of technical education, or whereas there is a director, the additional director of technical education shall be the member secretary of the council and shall exercise all the power and duty of the secretary. That's considering the fact that MSCTE affair have been managed by the ex-officer secretary with the same staff strength as of 1993, comprising 1 LDA, cum typhus, 1 peon, and 2 casual employees, where the burden of MSCTE has increased manifold. The need for a full-time secretary is felt as it is no longer possible for an ex-officer secretary to conduct an affair of the MSCTE, especially in addition to the workload of the Directorate of Higher and Technical Education. So, the subclause 3 of Section 5 of MSCTE Act 1993 that state the state government may appoint a person to be secretary of the council, and on such appointment, the person shall become also a member. Allows the government to appoint a person, a full-time secretary who is served with works activities of the council. I may further inform the August House that Srimati A. Ali, additional Director of Higher and Technical Education, Technical, is the current ex-officer secretary of the MSCTE and is due to attend superannuation on 31st October 2023. Moreover, the final semester examination of the term 1, 3rd, 5th for 11 branches of the 3 polytechnic is scheduled to be held from the 3rd week of November 2023. And this examination is to be conducted by the MSCTE. Taking into consideration of the experience and expertise of the incumbent. The Cabinet on 25 August 2023 approved the 3 cases of re-employment of officials for retirement in compliance with the Office Order PR.50/2008/324-12/6/2023 and PR.98/2012/61-5/7/2023. The state has approved the appointment of smti as a full-time secretary. Sir, a certain point has been raised by honorable members from Nong Krim. So it is very important to look at the bigger perspective. Experience, yes, really that matter. And we have to give the best that we have for our people of the state and of the country. So I want to make a small note here. I was in Delhi airport. I was about to get my currency exchange at the Delhi airport. And the lady in the counter asked me for the currency exchange. Give me your Indian passport. I have given. But the lady at the counter refused to accept. I want your Indian passport. Give me your Indian passport. Then I said, this is my passport. Then what the lady said, are you Indians? Sir, sometimes we as a Meghalayan, we as a tribals, we as a Northeastern state people, we think we are neglected. We are not recognized in the central Indians, the rest of the country. Sometimes we feel. But today, as I listen to honorable submission in this house today, let us ask what we practice. Let us say to others what we believe in our heart, in our minds. This is a great country, and a great nation. Let us bind our brotherhood, our nationhood, our Indianness. Yes, it is important to promote ourselves, to recognize ourselves. But we feel sometimes that we are not recognized. We have been deprived in certain places, in certain locations, in certain areas. But we also have the testimony in respecting others and sharing our respect, our kindness to our fellow friends, to our fellow citizens of this country. So with this few submissions, sir, I would like to express my gratitude to the honorable members for raising the issue to the short duration discussion on behalf of the government. And I seek the cooperation and support from all the members of this August House to support the efforts of this education and also the technical institution that we have to build for our children. Thank you, sir.
Any?
Sir, if the government feels that the decision to appoint Srimati A. Ali is not against any norms and ethical conduct of the government, sir, I leave it to the government, sir. But I stand here on behalf of the people of the state to truly represent the voice of the people. If the government feels that a person who had foregone promotion can be considered as a person who's having an expertise to serve that department and that no other officials can compete with her, it's up to the department. But sir, the decision of the government to appoint her, decision that the government has decided to appoint her, is a great injustice. Though those lecturer who are there in different polytechnics could not express freely, but they understand that they have been deprived, they understand that there is a discrimination, and there are many lecturers, senior lecturers, who have served the department for more than 24, 25 years. They didn't get even one promotion. Whereas the same person, sir, the same person, sir. So, sir, so a same person, as I have questioned, how can this person surreptitiously manage to reach to the post of the additional director? She is not supposed to reach unless she gets the favor from the government. So why is this favoritism on the education department? Why give special treatment to one person? I think, so the issue that I raised is very important for the government to reconsider its decision. And I would urge, please, this is not the right way. Most of the time we find that the government is trying to hide under the wider perspective, under the bigger issue. And let me remind the Honorable Minister that our leaders fought for the statehood so that we can govern ourselves according to our own genius. We know we need to respect other people from outside the state, but first we have to respect our own people belonging to the state. So if you don't have that kind of feeling, it's up to you, the government, to decide. So I strongly object the decision of the government to appoint this lady as the secretary of the Meghalaya State Council of Technical Education, and I would strongly urge the government to reconsider its decision.
Speaker, sir, while appointment of Srimati A. Ali, the incumbent is an additional director of higher technical education. The government has followed all criteria, rules, and because the qualification to be appointed as a member secretary is from the level of joint director, additional director, and the director. So the incumbent was holding as a additional director of higher and technical education. So government follows all rules and rules.
So I think the minister is trying to mislead. I have already expressed that in the past there has been a practice and convention that the post of, even the post, the HOD can be the secretary of the MSCTE. So I have named all the secretaries. Till today there are 6 secretaries, right from the head of the department to the joint director and additional director. So, sir, I think you are trying to mislead the House that the post of additional director is not the only post which is qualified to be appointed. Even the senior most HOD can become the secretary of this MSCTE according to the practice and convention for the last 24 to 25 years, sir.